God's grace, peace, and love be with you as we gather in on this New Year's Eve, the threshold of a brand new year and all that might await us in the unfolding of 2021. As we center into this time of prayer, I want to ask you this question. What's the weather report from your soul today? Is the weather in your soul clear and sunny with the news that the vaccine is starting to be disseminated and hope for a new year and all that might await us? Is the weather report from your soul partly cloudy as you're trying to process all that we've experienced and encountered, holding the good and the bad of 2020 together in tension? Is the weather report from your soul stormy as you consider the pandemic, racial reckoning, the election that have caused so much difficulty around us and within us? I dare say for me, even here in Florida, there might be a snowstorm in my soul right now. So just sit with me for a few moments and prayerfully ponder what the weather report is in your soul. And as we do that, Greg, would you please lead us in our opening hymn today?
I want to, as we enter this new year, I want to use the hymn, "O God, our help in ages past," our hope for years to come, our shelter from the stormy blast, and our eternal home. But I'm going to suggest that we sing it to kind of a folk tune. We're an intimate group today. And so rather than that traditional Sunday morning hymn style, let's sing it to this folk tune. I'll play through it. I think you'll pick it up really easy. And I'm going to sing about 4 verses, and I think you'll be able to sing those along with me. So here's the tune we're going to use. Let's sing. Oh God, our help in ages past, our hope for years to come, our shelter from the stormy blast, and our eternal home. Before the hills in order stood, or earth received its frame, from everlasting you are God, to endless years the same. 1,000 ages in your sight are like an evening gone. Short as the watch that ends the night before the rising sun. O God, our help in ages past, our hope for years to come, still be our God while troubles last, and our eternal home. Still be our God while troubles last, and our eternal home. Amen.
So as those words settle upon our hearts, I want to add to that thought about God being our help in ages past and our hope for years to come. This powerful quote, it comes from the poet theologian Maya Angelou. And she writes, If you must look back, do so forgivingly. If you must look forward, do so prayerfully. However, the wisest thing you can do is be present in this moment gratefully. Let me read that one more time for you. If you must look back, do so forgivingly. So we look back at this last year, to look back forgivingly. If you must look forward, do so prayerfully. So we look forward to all that might unfold in 2021, to do that with an open, prayerful heart. However, Angelou reminds us, the wisest thing you or I could do is to be in this moment, in every moment, that present moment, gratefully. As those words settle into our hearts, Greg, would you please lead us in another hymn? Oh, Greg, could you unmute for us, please?
That better?
Much better.
So this is a song from Northern India. That's a prayer that is just an easy little tune. I'll start each phrase and then you sing it with me. Give us light, give us light, give us light, O Lord. Give us life, give us life, give us life, O Lord. Grant us peace, grant us peace, grant us peace, O Lord. Save us now, save us now, save us now, save us now, O Lord. Give us grace, give us grace, give us grace, give us grace, O Lord. Once again, give us light. Give us light. Give us light. Give us light, O Lord.
We need that light, we need that presence, we need that grace. And I want to invite Cindy Woodling now to lead us in an exercise to open our hearts. So Cindy, would you please unmute and lead us?
I think I'm unmuted. So we're going to do a little bit of artful prayer, about 5 minutes or so. And I just want to go back to the quote that Wes said of Maya Angelou's to sort of center us on what we're going to do here. If you must look back, do so forgivingly. If you must look forward, do so prayerfully. So I invite you to do that. We're going to look back a little bit forgivingly and forward prayerfully on 2020 and 2021. So I'm going to explain the artful prayer process. You don't need to do it as I'm talking about it. You'll have some time after I talk about it to do this. But as Wes said, you need a piece of paper and a pencil. So, or a pen or whatever. Here are the steps that you'll follow. First, you're going to trace your hands on a piece of paper. And if your hands are small, you can probably trace two, like this one. Or if your hands are large or your paper is small, you may need to do one on one side and one on the other side. And I kind of like to think of this one as praying hands, which is what we're going to do with this process. So either way is fine. You're going to draw two hands, either on one side of the paper or on each side. Then you're going to label one hand 2020. You're going to label the other one 2021. You can put those numbers any place you want. And then I'll put some music on. You think about 2020 while the music's playing, and pick 5 words or statements that come to mind. They can be people, they can be things, they can be emotions, just 5 things that come to mind for 2020. And mostly just a word or 2 words, not a whole, not a whole written piece of paper, just a couple of words and 5 sets of those. You're going to write those on the hand labeled 2020. Then think about 5 prayers you have for 2021. And you're going to write those on the hand that says 2021. Later, you can color them in with colored pencils and watercolors. But for this exercise, just focus on the 5 words and the statements for each year. As I said, you'll have about 3 minutes to do this prayerfully and take time doing it. It doesn't have to be rushed. I'll play a YouTube video of Precious Lord, Take My Hand while we're working. But are there any questions before I start the music? And put your hand up, maybe Wes can see if you have a question. Okay, not hearing any questions.
I have one. Where do you put the words on the fingers?
You put the words on the fingers. Yes. Oh, hang on. Let me pause this. Yes. So on this one, I have words here, words here, words here. Any other questions?
Would you like to learn to play worship?
Oh yeah, I'm going to get an ad now.
Former bachelor. I've developed a
Hang on, let me get my ad off. All right, here's the music. Draw your hands. Okay, everyone, hopefully that gave you enough time to draw your hands and at least think about a couple words to put down for 2020 and 2021. So time to stop working on your hands. I hope that you were able to get some insight into your own spirit as you did this, so that you know what your feelings are related to 2020 a little bit now, and now have prayers for 2021. I know we often do New Year's resolutions, but this is kind of a prayerful way to think about the new year. So I hope it's been meaningful, and I hope you can continue to develop those hands if you didn't get time to finish them, and think a little bit about your prayers for 2021. So Pastor Wes, I'll turn it back to you.
So I want to invite you, if you would, please, whatever state of finished or unfinished your praying hands may be, I want you to take that piece of paper and hold it in your hands. And we're going to pray together and close off with the Lord's Prayer at the end. So as you're holding your hands along with me, I want us to also think about the ways we're holding each other's hands, even though we can't be physically together right now. So open your heart with mine and let us pray. Gracious God, for all that we've encountered and experienced this last year, for all that we have seen, touched, tasted, for all the ways that you've moved in our lives, being a light, guiding us day by day. For times when the weather report from our soul has felt foggy, and we're not even sure what the next right step is, let alone what direction we're going. For the words that have popped into our hearts and imaginations right now to describe this last year, and the words that will continue to occur to us in the hours and days to come. All that has been and all that is, O God, we entrust to your hand. And we ask, precious Lord, that you would take each of us by the hand, guide us from the threshold of this year into a new year that's waiting with possibilities and new potential, with words that have stirred hopefully within us. And we've written down on this piece of paper we're holding. Holy God, as much as we like to think of a new year as a blank piece of paper, we know that there are things that will be carried across the threshold from 2020 into 2021. The pandemic, racial reckoning, and dealing with the discrimination that's so prevalent in our country, with those things that are unresolved personally in our lives, within our own leadership, oh God, locally and nationally and worldwide. There is so much, oh God, that we need for you to guide us. Guide us through the night, guide us through the storm, guide us with thy perfect light, meeting us always in the moment. Help us forgive ourselves for mistakes we've made. Help us look forward prayerfully, always knowing and trusting that you are our guide. And help us be in every moment in the dwindling of this year and the dawning of a new year. Take our hand, precious Lord. Lead us on, help us stand every moment in this new year. All this we pray in the name of the one who promised his presence, Jesus the Christ. And we join all of our voices now in praying his prayer, saying, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
So I'd like to end with a hymn that speaks to me today. A beautiful hymn poem. In solitude, I come to God in prayer. In silence and simplicity, my spirit blossoms there. Whene'er the world is troubling me and stress is all around, I seek the presence of my God, and healing light is found. If you know this, in solitude, I come to God in prayer. In silence and simplicity, my spirit blossoms there. Whene'er the world is troubling me and stress is all around, I seek the presence of my God, and healing light is found.
So may that healing light of God guide you from this year into the new year, and may God's love surround you and sustain you always. God's blessings be with you now. Amen.